Elmhurst, Illinois is an incredible town here in DuPage County and boasts some of the best locations here in the Chicago suburbs. You're about 30 minutes to the west to Naperville, Illinois, and about 25 to 30 minutes east of downtown Chicago. A lot of people live here in Elmhurst, Illinois because they get to enjoy the best of both worlds. So, why are so many people moving here, and why should you have it on your list? Welcome back and welcome to the channel. My name is Brandon, and I'm a full-time real estate agent here in the area that helps a ton of families move to or around the Chicagoland area. So if that's something you're looking to do, shoot me a call, text, or email. All my information is down below in the description. And one of the reasons a lot of people move here to Elmhurst is because of the highly rated schools. And if you've ever watched any of my videos before, you guys know that I always talk about the schools because so many people reach out to me about that. And, at the end of the day, I give you the information that is according to niche.com. So majority of the students here that live in Elmhurst will go to York High School, but depending on where you live here in Elmhurst, you can also go to Willowbrook High School or Proviso West as well. Niche.com actually ranks York High School as an A+, as well as the number 29th best public high school here in Illinois. District 205, there are also 8 elementary schools. You got Field, Hawthorne, Edison, Emerson, Jefferson, Jackson, Lincoln, and Fisher Elementary School. When I always tell people that are relocating to the area as well and schools is on top of their priority list is that schedule a call with me because I can put you in, touch with some of the schools here around the area, especially if kids that are looking to go to elementary schools. There's a lot of elementary schools here, so it's always good to do your research and call those schools and figure out which one's the best for you. And once you figure out what elementary school that you're looking for, we can put some, boundaries on specific search so you know which neighborhoods and areas in Elmhurst filter into those elementary schools so you know that you got the right one, to go to that you picked. And what's also cool about here in Elmhurst is that in downtown Elmhurst that we'll talk about later on in this video is that there's a college here as well, which is Elmhurst College. And just like another town here in the suburbs that I talk about all the time, aka Naperville, has a downtown area with the college there in town as well. Now I want to touch base on the location here in Elmhurst, Illinois. And like I said earlier in today's video, in my opinion, it has some of the best location here in the Chicago western suburbs. It's very, very easy to jump on 290 and 294 and you're smacked right dab in the middle between other great, incredible western Chicago suburbs as well as downtown Chicago. Elmhurst is actually one of those towns I get frequently calls on a ton about people relocating here to the area because they got a job in the city of Chicago, but they truly don't want the hustle and bustle, and they're only going to the office about 2 to 3 times a week or even less than that for the total month. So they want to be in the suburbs and have a lot more land and area, and Elmhurst is a great option for that because it's super easy to get to downtown Chicago as well, just making it super convenient. And if you just like doing things in the city and want to have weekend or day trips as well, Elmhurst is a good option because it's easy access to downtown Chicago, aka the best city in the world. I know I did say earlier in the video that's probably about a 25 to 30 minute drive to downtown Chicago from Elmhurst, but it really just depends. There's a lot of talk about traffic here in the Chicagoland area being pretty brutal, which is truly true. And, depending on what time that you leave, if you're working a normal 9 to 5, you're probably going to hit traffic and you're probably going to be looking around 45 minutes to an hour and a half. It just truly depends. But, there's also options to take public transportation like the metro as well, which isn't actually in downtown Elmhurst. And segueing into downtown Elmhurst boasts a ton of places like restaurants, fine dining, activities to do, and just different events throughout the community as well, making it a great option for a downtown area to hang out, hang out with friends, family, go on dates, or whatever your heart, truly desires. And, like I've said in many videos before, if you've watched any of my videos on this channel, is that I boast about the downtown areas here in the Chicago suburbs, and Elmhurst is definitely in that list that, has a great downtown area like downtown Wheaton, Glen Ellen, Naperville, Lisle, Downers Grove, and that list could go on and on and on. Part of downtown Elmhurst is called the City Center, and there's about 275 merchants, and the City Center is located just right off the metro train line here, which is something that you could take you all the way to downtown Chicago as well. Not that many stops because usually when I was growing up, I was taking the train from Glen Ellen or Naperville and taking it all the way down to downtown Chicago. And there were typically, 4 or 5 stops before we even hit Elmhurst, Illinois. But, like I said, just segueing back to talking about the location is that if you do live, in Elmhurst and you're looking to work in the city or you already have a job in the city, it's easy to get over here to the train line if you didn't want to drive to downtown Chicago every day or however many times that you go down there to work as well. What I personally love to do here in downtown Elmhurst is actually I like grabbing coffee at Brew Point Coffee, just, walking around, which I'll probably do a lot more because we're actually opening up an office here in downtown Elmhurst. So I'll probably spend a lot more time here as well in downtown Elmhurst and probably get a little away from Glen Ellen. And another place for me that I love going to is Elmhurst Brewing Company that has some great beer, and you're supporting local, and it's just a super great place to grab a good beverage and have those things to do as well. And I'll pop a lot of those links down below in the description as well. And if you want places and recommendations to eat, because I can go on and on about the food here in Elmhurst as well as in the Chicagoland area, is that you got Giavia, you have Armand's, you have 151 Kitchen, and a ton more different options. And I truly can probably go on a very in-depth video about downtown Elmhurst and just talk about this whole video, but I'm going to plan and have a whole walking tour like a different downtown neighborhood. So if that's something that you're interested in the future, here's a shameless plug. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like so you'll get notified on when I drop that video. But yeah, downtown Elmhurst has so many great things to do. If you haven't been here, definitely come and check it out, especially if you're considering relocating from the city of Chicago here to the suburbs and Elmhurst is truly on your list. Come out here, take a day trip, try out some of the food, shoot me a text or email. I'd be more than happy to go to Elmhurst Brewing Company with you as well. And now you have some of these reasons on why you're, making a move to Elmhurst, Illinois, and you're pretty sold on the location and everything like that. And you're just watching this to, get some further clarification. And now you're probably wondering, okay, where do I live and what is the cost of that and how much is rent? And there's not a ton of rentals as I'm making this video on the MLS. But there's about 22 rentals that I see on the MLS right now, and a lot of these are newer construction, townhomes and condos, and just complexes like that. And I'm looking at the price ranges around $2,750 all the way up to around $5,200. But there's definitely a lot of different options if you search on Zillow or those apartment websites as well, because I don't get everything for rentals on the MLS. But if you have questions about finding a rental here in Elmhurst, just shoot me a text. More than happy to answer any questions and also help you out. There's a ton of new construction going on in Elmhurst as well, going north of $1 million for sure with a lot of these new construction bills and everything like that, due to the fact that Elmhurst is pretty built up. We have a lot of infrastructure here, and the location is truly impeccable when it comes to living here in the Chicago suburbs. If you want to make a move closer to the downtown area of Elmhurst as well, you're probably looking towards that $1.5 million price point as well. I'll pop something on the screen right now, and I'll post a lot of different pictures and kind of scroll through here as well. But this is kind of what you get here in the kind of downtown Elmhurst. This home is actually under contract, but this is kind of just something that you can get here as well. But that's obviously on the higher end. Elmhurst is a pretty big town, so you can find other homes at much more affordable options as well, between $300,000 to $550,000. And everything above that and everything below that, from ranch homes to two-story homes to split levels. And that list can go on and on and on as well. I would say a lot too as well, if you're trying to figure out which location that you're trying to live here at Elmhurst, is really just figure out your lifestyle. And if schools are really important to you, if you're relocating here with a family, is that let's get together and figure out if there's a specific elementary or middle school that you're looking for, or if you're just looking for the high school here, whether it's your, I can help you find out those parameters as well. But I feel like that's always the best thing to do first, like I said when I was talking about the schools, and if you found a school and I can really help you out and figure out those boundaries that line up with those specific schools that you're looking to go to as well. And if you had any questions or you live in Elmhurst right now, drop something that you love here about living in Elmhurst, or if you've ever visited here in Elmhurst, drop what you love. If you had considered on making a move here to Elmhurst, Illinois, and you had questions about the relocation process, my team and I would be absolutely honored to help you guys out. Call, text, shoot me an email. All my information is down below in the description. I'll drop a video on what's like, boots on the ground living in downtown Elmhurst and just what downtown Elmhurst has to offer as well in the future. So if you want to look for that video, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment, and because it tells YouTube to do a good job at making this video kind of thing. Watch one of these videos up here, and I will see you guys on the next video.